I'm not concerned about anything. If I was concerned, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I work out every day. I don't go all out right there. But it's escalating as time goes on. By the time July 20th comes, I'll be...
Mike Tyson has just spoken out after his medical emergency. Just before the Jake Paul fight, Tyson experienced a medical issue on Sunday while flying from Miami to Los Angeles. The 57-year-old heavyweight champion started feeling queasy and lightheaded, prompting flight attendants to inquire about the presence of a doctor on board in order to offer support. Paramedics embarked on the plane in Los Angeles after it had been delayed by 2 hours in Miami due to the scorching heat to administer treatment. Just 2 months remain till the legendary boxer squares up with YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul in Arlington. Thankfully, Mr. Tyson is doing great. His representatives told the New York Post that he became nauseous and dizzy due to an ulcer flare-up 30 minutes before landing. The representative added that he is appreciative of the medical staff that were there to help him. An ulcer flare-up typically presents with nausea, vomiting, bloating, belching, gas pain, lethargy, and chest pain. Tyson, who openly acknowledged his daily marijuana use in the past, has abstained from it during his training for the Paul fight as it falls under the list of prohibited substances outlined by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. He also disclosed that, as part of his training regimen, he had temporarily given up sleeping with his partner. His publicist, Joanne Manano, recently told USA Today Sports that he only stopped as a means of following all of the rules, but he is still a strong advocate for the medicinal benefits of cannabis for his personal well-being and others like him. Tyson's fight with Jake Paul has drawn criticism recently, largely due to the significant age difference between the two fighters. I don't see too many people being critical of it. Look at what Tyson said at a press conference earlier this month when a reporter suggested there were critics. Tyson said, "Name me somebody." The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation has approved the fight to be conducted as a professional bout, with the duration set at 8 rounds, each lasting 2 minutes instead of the usual 10 or 12 rounds lasting 3 minutes. Each punch power is expected to be lessened because the gloves weigh 14 ounces as opposed to 10. Tyson stepped away from professional boxing in 2005, yet made a comeback with an exhibition match in November 2020 against Roy Jones Jr. in California. However, it wasn't officially recognized as a professional answer to the questions, and the scene generally infuriated Tyson, especially when he was asked what it meant to have an opportunity to fill AT&T Stadium. He said, "I was doing this years ago, so this is nothing new to me. This is new to this young boy over here." However, the latest development has sent shockwaves through the fighting community, adding to existing dissatisfaction over the age gap. Sonnen, a renowned figure in UFC history, has injected skepticism into the anticipated clash. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Sonnen highlighted Tyson's precarious position, suggesting that if he were to withdraw, it would hardly raise any eyebrows. Sonnen said this fight is still over a month away. One has nothing to do with the other. Okay, fair enough. If you're Mike Tyson, put yourself in his shoes, telling the story of how I beat this young kid in his 20s while I couldn't even get up and leave an airplane. I had somebody come onto the airplane. Whatever the reason, I could not stand up and get off of an airplane. Sonnen further remarked that, in terms of public relations, Mike Tyson is in an excellent position. He noted that Tyson has a built-in excuse that every fighter looks for, and in the realm of PR, Tyson currently has the world at his feet. He reiterated that Tyson could not be in a better spot. He added, "You couldn't be in a better spot. You could not possibly have a better spot for one." He built an excuse that every fighter looks for, although the bout is probably in its doldrums at the moment. Jake Paul thinks that Tyson would never turn down a fight, despite his physical issues. The revelation sent shockwaves not just through the combat sports realm, but resonated globally among those tuned into the anticipated match. Even the divisive figure in the sport, Ryan Garcia, expressed interest in filling the void should the bout falter. However, the problem child remains steadfastly confident that the showdown will proceed as planned. Addressing the uproar, he asserted that nothing has changed. The YouTuber Turner Boxer claimed that the fight will happen, as the representative of Mike Tyson has not said anything. Jake Paul, don't listen to every Twitter news article. Me and Mike are fighting on July 20th. Everyone is trying to do everything they can to hurt this fight and attack me. You should know about that. However, the human mind is a playground for inventive ideas. Among the myriad speculations that emerged, one caught the attention of fans and followers alike. With uncertainty looming over Tyson's participation, a proposal was floated, yet judging by the overwhelming sentiment expressed in the comments, it seems most fans are not inclined towards entertaining such alternatives. A crossover boxing handle said if Mike Tyson is forced to pull out of his fight versus Jake Paul, could we see a montage unfurled on the screen capturing a flurry of tweets echoing concerns about Mike Tyson's recent health scare as the Tyson-The Paul fight poster flickered into view. The ambient strains of the motivation anthem has not yet set the tone, yet amidst the sequence, the VIs of KSI began to seamlessly weave in, gradually supplanting Tyson's presence, culminating in a striking finale. A simple yet profound message materialized. It only makes sense. What's the deal with KSI? Why not Tommy Fury? Sure, Tyson Fury's sibling has already squared off against Jake Paul, but the feud between the problem child and the British YouTube sensation remains unresolved. That's why a showdown between them promises a thrilling spectacle. If Mike Tyson indeed can't step into the ring, could KSI and Paul still salvage their match? The odds seem stacked against it. First, there's the weight gap to consider for the problem child, and Tyson is slated for a heavyweight showdown. Tyson has disclosed he's tipping the scales at approximately 230 pounds, while KSI in his last bout against Tommy Fury weighed in at around 181 pounds. Beyond that, the crux lies in the inadequate time for the preparation of the fight. Notice would simply be too brief for KSI to adequately gear up. The general sentiment hinted at a descent towards the proposal. The rationale echoed familiar arguments, yet amidst the skepticism, a handful of eager individuals found the prospect rather exhilarating. Dylan Dennis recently took to social media to unveil a snapshot featuring Mike Tyson seated in a wheelchair, subtly hinting at the passage of time. While the image may be dated, it serves as a poignant reminder that Tyson's health is on a downward trajectory. Legend has been grappling with various health issues and undergoing treatments to address them. However, Mike Tyson has now broken his silence after his recent health issue. Tyson tweeted, "Now, feeling 100%, even though I don't need to beat Jake Paul." This tweet not only highlights his improved health, but also his confidence in an upcoming bout with social media sensation and professional boxer Jake Paul. Tyson's message comes after a period of concern over his well-being, during which old photos of him in a wheelchair resurfaced online, causing a stir among his supporters and the media. The images led to speculation and worries about his ability to compete, especially given his age and the physical toll that years in the ring have taken on him. However, it appears that Joe Rogan is concerned about Mike Tyson because he thinks the great boxer could suffer significant harm from Jake Paul.
In a different way, right? Let's not imagine that Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul. Let's imagine Mike Tyson is fighting some young, like really powerful knockout artist who
always was long dudes that had a good jab. Later in his career when he wasn't moving his head anymore, so I don't know if Jake can keep Mike off with his jab.
Joe Rogan has notably expressed concerns about the potential for a tragic outcome involving Mike Tyson during his highly anticipated clash with Jake Paul. The vast age difference between the two pugilists stirred up a considerable frenzy among boxing enthusiasts upon the fight's announcement. When Tyson and Paul step into the ring together, Tyson will be a staggering 31 years older than Paul prior to the fight being formally sanctioned as a professional match. Rogan vocalized concerns regarding the grim possibility of such a scenario unfolding in a recent installment of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Joe brought up an intriguing point about the uncertain fate of the fight's approval. At that time, potential protests loomed large, casting doubt on whether the bout would indeed be sanctioned. However, fast forward a few weeks, and we can confirm that the fight has now secured official approval but is circling back. Tyson emphasized the gravity of the situation, highlighting the looming spectrum of potential repercussions. He underlined the weighty concerns that would arise should he sustain a serious injury or, worse, meet his demise in the ring.
if Tyson dies, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, if you have something like that, if you have, look, if
That'd
this,
be the end of the
right.
Yeah, that'd be the end of that experiment.
Let's imagine it in a different way, right? Let's not imagine that Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul. Let's imagine Mike Tyson is fighting some young, like really powerful.
Although Rogan expresses sincere concerns for Tyson's well-being, he isn't ruling out the possibility of Iron Mike staging a comeback and landing a decisive blow against Paul. The UFC commentator contemplates that even if Tyson could regain just 70% of his past physical prowess, it would present a formidable obstacle for Paul, especially given Tyson's apparent enduring strength evident from his recent bag work. Rogan pointed out Tyson's historical health challenges, such as battling severe sciatica, which forced him to use a cane for walking. Nevertheless, Rogan recognized the transformative potential of cutting-edge treatments like stem cell therapy, indicating Tyson was probably undergoing elite-level medical care. Even at the age of 57, Rogan marveled Tyson's ability to command significant earnings if he maintained fitness and shaped a prospect they found utterly remarkable.
How can you sanction this as a pro fight? Now, a lot of people out there think, you know what, Mike Tyson is going to kill him. Mike Tyson, I mean, Jake Paul don't know what he's getting himself into. Yeah, that's possible. Jake Paul is a big boy. He's got power. That is true. But 57 years old is 57 years old. A 31-year age gap is a 31-year age gap. You haven't been fighting. That matters as well. And oh, by the way, conditioning is an issue too. Because Tyson is fine when Tyson is praying.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.